tomorrow's meeting will determine exactly where it is that they intend to start work. If neighbors are impacted, we'll call them and try to have a meeting set up Thursday evening after the snowmobile meeting for the contractor to come down and have a discussion with those homeowners, let them know what they're going to be doing, where they're going to be doing it, when they're going to be doing it. The pre-construction meeting is actually this Friday during the day.
Okay, bike trail?
I went, on Friday I went up to Yagi Colby and spent some time with our engineer. We worked out a couple of different routes. We need to forward that information to the DNR to get their approval. We already have their verbal approval on the project. One of the things that we're looking at though is what kind of cost savings we're going to have by not going underneath the bridge and potentially not doing anything on the Winona Street side. It would basically cross the bridge and then go into a street or a city trail. So there wouldn't be any DNR money involved, because if there was DNR money, we'd have to meet ADA requirements, and we can't do that in that narrow space on the street. So if we save some money there, one thought that we had was to extend a trail south of the railroad bridge that would loop around behind the wastewater treatment plant into the woods there along the river. I know there'd been some talk about an alternate canoe launching site, and then taking the one that's upstream from the 43 South Bridge and just converting that into a fishing pole. So we're trying to get a hold of Craig Blommer with the DNR and make sure that he's okay with at least us proposing this idea. So at the end, what we could have, instead of just having the state trail linked up to the bluff, we could have the Root River linked up to the state trail, linked up to the city park, linked up to the bluff. I think it could be a much stronger project in the long run. So that's what's being thought about right now and proposed.
All right, wastewater treatment plant.
Still moving forward there. I think they're going to start backfilling fairly soon.
We were down there today. They haven't started backfilling yet. There's still some metal forms around that digester, but they look like they're ready to come off.
Yeah, they're getting close to backfilling.
Pumps are still working.
Do they expect to be done this fall?
The contractor was last week said they were probably about a week and a half to 2 weeks behind what they had originally scheduled. So they should still be done this fall. With final work in the spring. I'm sure they got to run everything and tweak it and make sure it's working properly.
Okay. Electric utility downtown upgrade. Maple Street done, majority of poles downtown removed.
We could probably pull this. This project will be completed by the end of this week. It's just minor punch list items right now.
Major improvement downtown.
Oh, cleaning up like you cannot believe.
Major improvement.
Just a little bit related to that, but RME had asked Steve to create that same type of project list for all of the electrical projects and you know, future things that we want to do too. And he has provided that to us, and it's really going to be a nice tool, planning tool and a tracking tool for the electric commission. So.
And you're talking about other areas of the city, undergrounding those?
Looking at, yep, we'll have our engineering next meeting, I believe, to look at another 5-year plan.
What we probably really need to do with electric utilities, because the capture rate is so far out, you're talking 20, 30, 40-year projects. We definitely need a really good 5-year plan, but I think we should probably challenge him to come up with a 20-year plan. And that might even be the one where we're going to, look at bringing in another main feed into the city so that we're not just dependent on one line. It's 20 years out. It's not something we're going to do right away. I know it's very expensive to even talk about at this juncture, but it's something that we should at least be looking at and planning for, and that's why you put it on a strategic plan.
Oh, one question. do these people that have benefited from the undergrounding, are they paying any fees to the city for having that done?
No.
No? So it's entirely city cost.
This particular project is a hazard mitigation grant through Homeland Security, 75% paid for.
Can we get any more of those?
No.
And we didn't bond for this. You have to assess if you're bonding, otherwise it becomes a straight GO rather than GO revenue, in which case it has to go to the public for a vote.
The electric utility could issue revenue bonds.
Revenue.
They wouldn't have to be GO.
Right.
All right, anything else?